Hi folks, I just thought I'd do another Greyhound trading bot for you. So you'll see I've already populated the watch list with a whole range of races for this evening. Let's just open up one of those and go to the strategy editor. I've already created an empty one. I just need to add in the rules. What I'm going to do here is place two lays on the favourite, both for £3, one 2 ticks below the current back price and the other 4 ticks below the current back price, and they'll be placed 40 seconds before the scheduled off. 30 seconds later, i.e. 10 seconds before the start of the race, any unmatched bets will be cancelled, and then 7 seconds, I said minutes didn't I, 7 seconds before the off will just green up irrespective of what the position is. Okay, so let's first of all create that rule. So we add the rule, give it a name. So this is lay fave at -2 ticks for £3. Now the reason I'm using £3 is that when the green up option comes along, if I was to use the minimum bet of £2, the green up value would be less than £2, and that of course is below the minimum for Betfair. So Fairbot would have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery to manipulate that green up position so that Betfair would accept a bet of less than £2, and that takes time. Now in the meantime, the position in the market, the odds in the market may have moved by the time that green up position is entered into the market, and consequently that green up process might not be taken before the off. Keep in mind that we're going to green up just 7 seconds before the scheduled off. Anyway, off to this. So it's relative to the event start time. We're going to put it in 40 seconds before the scheduled off. The action that we want is a lay. Place a bet. So it's not an actual trade I'm going to do. The trading comes with the green up all position that we'll do later on. So we want to do in the favourite, so we need to choose position by back odds, and that's set to 1 to give us the favourite. It's going to be a lay bet. We want to do odds of, we'll take it to the best back odds, minus 2 ticks. The fixed amount is going to be £3. We won't do fill or kill because we're going to cancel manually 10 seconds before the off, and then we want to set some conditions for this. Now the first condition I want to do is I want to make sure that my account profit and loss for the Greyhound market is no less than -10. In other words, if I hit where is it, Greyhounds, if I hit -10 in my Greyhound trading for the day, I don't want to put any more bets in a Greyhound market. So in other words, any subsequent Greyhound racings where this bot is assigned to, they just won't submit the bets. Okay, so that's for today. The account's profit and loss needs to be less than or equal to -10. Okay, we need to add another condition that I want to put in, and that would be where is it? Market volume. I want the market volume to be at least 5,000. Some of the races, particularly in the evening, are extremely quiet, so I don't want any money to go into the market if there's no money there to start off with. And then finally we want another one to go in, which is going to be the odds of the favourite. I don't want the favourite to be greater than 4. So the best back odds should be less than 4. So with those 3 conditions, that's us ready to go. Okay, so it's lay the favourite at -2 ticks for £3. Now, I wanted to put a second bit in at 4 ticks down. So essentially it's exactly the same as this lay here, this rule. So I can just simply copy this, paste it in, go into edit the rule, change the name to 4 ticks. Everything else should be the same on that page. The action should be the same on that page, except that it should be 4, same amount, everything else is the same, and everything should be the same there. And that's us for that particular rule. We need to add in another rule that will cancel unmatched bets, and this will be relative to the start time. We want to set that to 10 seconds before the start, and the action will be to cancel bets. Where is it? There we are. Cancel bets. Okay, so we want to cancel any back bets or any lay bets that are unmatched and everything else. So that's fine. We can just leave all the default settings there. There isn't any conditions required for this, so we can leave that as it is. And then, just to make sure that we green up, we'll add another rule in, and this will be the green up. All command. This is going to be relative to the start again, 7 seconds. The action is green up all. Green up all selections, use the available price, that's all fine. Cancel unmatched. We've already cancelled them, but it's worthwhile having that ticked just to make sure we don't have anything lying in there still. Again, there's no conditions required. We're just going to green up all irrespective of that position. We want to get out and everything cleared and traded out before the start of the race. So that's us. And that's it. So we can save that. Come out of there and let's switch to the market watch list. The first race is in 2 minutes, so let's actually select all of these. I'll be quick if I clicked on that, I suppose. Click down there, choose that option, that all gets assigned. And so we should see within a few seconds some lay bets going in, hopefully. Now we're doing this initially in simulation mode, but once we've tested it over 2 or 3 races, we'll switch to live mode. Now nothing has been triggered there and no bets have gone in, so I need to investigate why that is the case. That's okay. Right. That should be greater than minus 10. Greater than or equal to minus 10. In other words, the way I had it there, I should have lost and then it would have carried on putting bets in if my losses were greater than minus 10. That's the mistake. So let's just click on that and we'll need to do the same on that one. Get rid of that bit. And that should be greater than or equal to minus 10. That should be okay now. I'll let that, before I save this, that's suspended, so I'll be able to just save this one. And we can ignore that race and move on to the next, and hopefully that will work this time. Let's just switch to here. Right, there's the two lays going in at 1.47 and 1.45. We'll see that here on the automation tab. We see those two have fired in. Now obviously if the odds don't come down, there's one of them matched. Don't know if it'll go far enough down for this one to be matched, but that's been cancelled now by this one, and there's the green up all positions sorted, and so that's worked okay for that. Beautiful. Okay, so we can essentially move on to the next race, which is in 6 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll just temporarily pause and I'll come back and let's see that one in action. So we'll do a couple of races and then we'll go live. Okay, back again in time for the Sheffield race at just after 9 o'clock. Let me just rearrange these windows a little bit so we can see things better. Pop that up and bring that down a wee bit. And get ready for the next race. Okay, so you can see the bets actually have just gone in. So that's the first one in. Actually both have gone in, so it must have dropped very suddenly. Both of those have gone in and been taken. So we just need them to come up a bit now. So they should get cancelled shortly. Anything that's outstanding, which there isn't. And then the green up's going to happen, so we've got a £9 or 10 pence, I should say. £10 loss there. Right. And now the next one's just about to start, so let's just flick to that. Now this should hit the 5,000 mark, so it shouldn't be restricted. We're coming up to 40 seconds. Keep an eye on these. That's 40 seconds. See how those haven't fired because that's less than 5,000. They've now fired because that condition has now been met within the time frame. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to come down to us. Right, so they've been cancelled. There's no bets been submitted, and that's okay. No great loss there. So it seems to be behaving itself. We'll when's the next one? The next one's in 3 minutes, so we'll wait for the next one to go through as well, and then I'll switch to live mode and let it run for 10-15 minutes and come back. So hold on just now. Okay, just about ready for the Shelbourne Park race at 9:05. We should get the bets coming in any moment. And you can see we've got a short price favourite here. Okay, that's one taken. Now the main reason for splitting these bets up is in case because the pre-race greyhounds can be quite volatile, you can quite easily get it sweeping through you, by 10 ticks or so. So the reason is to try and catch both of them. So most of the time you'll only end up with the one bet taken. So that's us traded out for a profit of 10, so that recovers the previous race. So everything seems to be working fine. So what we'll do is we'll just switch off simulation mode and let it go live. Now see what happens when I did that. This has all gone off. In other words, as I think I mentioned in the previous video, be careful when you're testing things in simulation mode and then switch simulation mode on from off. You'll lose the data that you've already gathered for the other one. But we are now live now, and what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I'll come back in 10-15 minutes and let's see what sort of results we've got in that time. Cheers. Back again. I've skipped on to the 21:43 at Hove, which will be going, has just finished, or just gone suspended, I should say. As you'll see, there's a few that have been successful, there's a few that haven't had anything in, although if we click on these you'll see that each of these rules have triggered. So the bets have gone in, but the bets haven't been matched, and so they were ultimately cleared. So it hasn't, the bot hasn't got involved in every single race simply because some of the bets haven't been matched. Now the one thing that hasn't been tested is the idea of not getting involved if my losses for the Greyhounds are running less than 10. Given the size of the stakes and the profits and losses that are happening, you see we're only down by 18 pence, so that's never going to be tested. However, I have lost just over £2 earlier on today on the Greyhounds when I was testing something else. I was actually trying to do this video, but I realised that my microphone was switched off. So what I'll do is I shall edit this and change the setting for that particular item. That condition, will change that, rather than being greater than 10, we'll set it to greater than -2. And do the same with that one. And save it. And what should happen now is none of these will actually fire. So this one has got 2 minutes to go, so I'll pause the video. So what should actually happen is the cancel bets one will fire, the green up all one will fire. Of course there'll be nothing to cancel and nothing to green up on, because these should stay at 0. Well, that's the theory anyway. So let me just pause this again, and I'll come back to it when it's nearly time to submit those bets. Okay, what we should find is that we're now at 40 seconds. These bets should have come in. We're clearly over the 5,000 limit. Still those rules haven't fired. That's good. What will happen, we'll get to 10 seconds and this rule should fire. Okay, that's it, just gone. This one will fire any second. There we go. So these ones haven't fired because of that condition. Okay, so you can use that mechanism to provide some sort of stop loss, if you like, for your trading throughout the day when you have your bot running through lots and lots of races. If you're losing too much, it'll just essentially suspend the betting process. You can also do the opposite. You can have it suspend the betting process if you reach a particular profit target in the day. You can just get it to stop submitting or getting involved in the markets. Okay, this video is already nearly 20 minutes long, so I'm going to end it there. Hope all that helps. Cheers.